Hello everyone, welcome to November Beauty Favorites. This is where I go over the products that I have found myself reaching for the most over the past 4 weeks. I did not do an October monthly beauty favorites, so I have a lot more products than usual. Well, let me rephrase that. I had a lot more products than usual, but I did try to narrow it down to products that I truly feel are going to be favorites for a long time to come, not just this past month. As most of you know, towards the end of October, early November was the Sephora Holiday Savings event. So several of the products I'll be talking about today were purchased during that event. I don't actually have any rediscoveries in this video, but you know, that happens sometimes. I also really don't have any fails, which is why I'm titling this video just November favorites versus November favorites and fails, because aside from, I think, this MAC palette that I tried in my most recent Get Ready With Me video, this is the I Love Surprises Eyeshadow Palette x6 Sparkling Wine Splash. I've used this a couple times since I uploaded that video, and it has really good reviews. I just don't really like it that much. So I guess you could say this was a fail. It's not bad though. I just personally think you're better off with a ColourPop palette. I know I have one that has similar shades to this, and if I can remember what it is, I will definitely go see if I can find the palette I'm thinking of and put the name and link it down below in the description box. But other than this, there really wasn't anything. Oh wait, that's not true. That is not true. I did not like that Simi Haze Cream Blush. I'll put a photo of it up here. I don't know, I found the packaging very bulky and it just didn't wow me. I should do a video called That Don't Impress Me Much. I'm sure a lot of you remember that Shania Twain song called That Don't Impress Me Much. I think it was from 2000 or 2001, 2002. Anyway, maybe instead of doing monthly fails, I'll just do a video of products that didn't really impress me, you know, every 6 or 8 weeks. So, all right, one more thing before I get into showing you the favorites. This sweater, I just got this yesterday from Amazon, and I already ordered another one in a different color. I love this sweater. It was $25. I sized up to a large because I do like it a bit oversized. I know not everyone likes a cutout or a cold shoulder, but I just think this is such a cute sweater. As soon as I put this on, I knew I had to share it with you all. I do have a best purchases from Amazon of the year video coming very soon. And had this sweater arrived sooner, it definitely would have made that top 20 video. However, as I said, I just got it yesterday. I filmed that video about a week ago, so unfortunately it didn't make the cut, but I love the sweater. Okay, now we can get into my November beauty favorites. As usual, I am wearing all of the products on my face right now. And I wanna start off with this Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes eyeshadow palette. And the reason why I want to start off with this palette is because if you saw the first video where I used this palette, which was my testing hot new makeup for November, I had a reaction at the end of the day to what I wasn't sure. I thought perhaps it was this palette. I really hoped it wasn't, because I just love this palette so much. A lot of you in the comments of that video mentioned that it was either, that it could possibly be either the white eyeliner that I had used on my inner rims, which I didn't think it was that because I have used that pencil often for over a year, maybe even 2 now, and I've never had an issue. But then several of you also mentioned that it could have been this Makeup by Mario Master Metal Manipulator that I had used for the very first time when testing out this palette. And I truly think those of you that thought it might be this were correct, because I have since used this eyeshadow palette many times, including today, and I can tell you with confidence that I did not have a reaction to this palette. I adore this palette. I think it is definitely worth the hype. and I believe it's limited edition. However, I hope that Mario will make it permanent because I think this should be a staple palette in any makeup artists or makeup lovers collection. It is so good. The mattes are buttery, blendable, pigmented. The shimmers, the textures of these shimmers and toppers are just top notch. I mean, I would expect nothing less from a makeup artist like Mario. However, that said, and I did say this also when I tested out this palette, that I was never a huge fan of his quads, unfortunately, his eyeshadow quads, but this I love, and his Master Mattes palette I love as well. So yes, the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes eyeshadow palette gets 2 thumbs up for me. I love it. And then my other favorite palette for November came as a surprise to me, honestly. This Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. I really had no intentions originally of purchasing this palette, but then I'm pretty sure it launched on the last day of the Sephora Holiday Savings event. So being that I was getting 20% off and everybody was talking about this palette and I had a lot of viewers who were interested in seeing me do a look with it, I went ahead and ordered it. I do have a tutorial using this palette that I will have linked in the description box. And I've got to say the comments on that video were so amazing. I was really pleasantly surprised to see how many of you said that my look using this palette was one of the best that you guys had seen. And whenever I see something like that, it always obviously makes me feel really good. I wasn't sure how this color story was going to look on my blue eyes, but it was actually really flattering and a lot of you agreed. I've since played around with more of the shades in the palette. I've done some different looks and it's a lot more versatile than I had originally thought. So this palette was definitely a pleasant surprise. The quality is excellent. These lighter pastel shades, I don't find them to be chalky at all. I find them to be extremely smooth and buttery, and overall, this is just a really beautiful and fun palette. Okay, now I want to talk about my current favorite foundation, concealer, and contour. This is the newly reformulated Revlon Color Stay. I think this product has been reformulated at least 3 times since it launched many years ago. And actually, when I went to link this product, a lot of times with my monthly favorites videos at least, I know what products I'm going to be talking about. So I will do the links before I even record the video. Is that something I can do just on my phone while I'm lying in bed? I can find the links and save them. And anyway, I was having a little bit of trouble finding this new formula. You have to be careful when you go to the store. I'm going to link the correct one that looks like this. But when I went to the Ulta website, it appeared to me that they had the old packaging and the old formula. So that's just my little warning for you. If you want to try this foundation, which I think is so good, it is the best Color Stay formula that they have had. It's not quite as thick as the original. I don't know if I ever tried the formula right before this, but this one is excellent. It says that it is a 24-hour long wear makeup. I'm not sure if it was 24 hours before or if it was 12 or 18, maybe it was 24, but it now contains a sunscreen and SPF 15, and this combination to oily formula also contains vitamin E. If I remember correctly, the new normal to dry formula contains hyaluronic acid now. This is quite honestly one of the best drugstore foundations out there for combination to oily skin. Does it keep me shine free all day? No, it does not. But when I pair it with the Revlon Power Grip Primer or any of my other gripping primers like the e.l.f. gripping primer or the Milk Makeup primer, I have had just really incredible results using those combinations. This foundation lasts all day. It doesn't oxidize, it doesn't emphasize my pores, it doesn't settle into fine lines. Most of the time I do apply it with a sponge, but I have used a brush, I have used my fingers. I just find I get the most coverage from a Stands Out sponge, which I use dry. If you want to use a beauty blender sponge, damp, you can sheer out the coverage a little bit. The bottom line is, yeah, I think I said this already, but it is one of the best drugstore foundations I have ever tried for a combination to oily skin. So next up is a new concealer that I have been really loving. I'm not quite sure how new it is. I think it's only been out for maybe a month or two. I could be wrong. This is the Sephora brand Best Skin Ever Full Coverage Multi-Use Concealer. It is a long wear, anti-pollution concealer with a natural finish. I am in the shade 11.5P and it is the perfect match. I like to use a concealer that is a half a shade to a full shade lighter than my foundation because I do like the brightness. I also like a concealer to have a little bit of a peachy or pink undertone versus a yellow undertone because those peach and pink tones really help to counteract the blue and purple discoloration that I happen to have a lot of through here, and I'm sure a lot of you do as well. The applicator is a sort of large doe foot similar to the Tarte Shape Tape, but it's nowhere near as thick as the Tarte Shape Tape. It's much more mature skin friendly. This has really, really great reviews for a reason, and it's only $15. Now, granted, that's not as inexpensive as, say, Wet n Wild or Essence or maybe even CoverGirl, but $15 for a, honestly, high-end quality concealer. Yeah, I'm just very, very impressed by this concealer and I highly recommend it. I will be using this, demoing it in an upcoming video. I promise. And for contour, my current favorite is this newly reformulated contour duo from Tom Ford. I picked this up during the savings event because it is very pricey. I purchased Intensity 1, and to be honest with you, I don't really use this up here. I did demo it in my, when I tested the products that I got during the savings event. And I do like that it gives my cheekbones a lift, but I'm still finding myself reaching for just a regular highlighter more so than using this. But I love this. I love the cream contour. It really just melts into my skin like butter and looks so natural. This is definitely a splurge item for most people, but I can now see why so many makeup artists have this in their kits and love it so much. I'm not sure what the difference is between this and the old version because I never tried the old version, but this one is really, really good and it's the one I've been reaching for the most. And the highlighter I've been finding myself just reaching for all the time is this one from Jouer. I feel like Jouer highlighters are some of the best on the market and I don't hear a lot of people talking about them. I honestly don't hear a lot of people talking about Jouer in general, and a lot of their products are so, so good. I recently placed an order. They were having a Black Friday sale, so I bought quite a few things that I will be testing out and sharing with you. I have one of their highlighters in another shade called Citrine, and I think about a year or two ago, I was applying it in a lot of my videos. I was all about the shade Citrine from Jouer. Well, now I am all about the shade Celestial. This one has a opalescent pink shift to it, which is absolutely stunning. I love a pink blush. I love a pinky peach blush. I love a peach blush. Let's just say I love blush. And I have found that this particular shade, even though it does have that pink shift, I can use it, I can pair it with any blush, whether I'm wearing a peach or a pink or a mauve, a brownie pink. This goes with anything. And I just think it gives the most beautiful natural glow. It's not over the top. It's not as bold and noticeable as the Citrine shade is on me. This one is definitely more subtle, but it's still there and it's just so pretty. It's very rare to find a highlighter that doesn't emphasize large pores and fine lines. And whenever I find one that doesn't do those things, I always feel like that is something I have to tell my viewers about immediately. I know a lot of you, even though you may not have large pores like I do, perhaps you have fine lines in this area or deeper lines in this area and you want to use highlighter, but you don't want anything that's going to draw attention to things you don't want attention drawn to. So I highly recommend Jouer highlighters if you are looking for one. They do have, I think, 6 or 7 different shades or tones you can choose from. It's whether you have very fair skin, light skin, medium skin, dark skin, very dark skin. Jouer makes a highlighter that I think you're going to love. All right, moving on to blush. I have 2 favorites right now. This one is from Laura Mercier. It is the shade Sangria. This may look a little bit scary in the pan, but I promise you when it is on, it just looks like the most perfect, I just went skiing in Aspen type of flush. It's completely matte, it's pigmented, it is so long wearing, and if I were to rank my top 10 right now, this would be in the top 3, as would this one from Sephora Collection. And I have worn and shown both of these in recent videos. So this is the shade Fascinated from, why can't I open it? From Sephora Collection. I did purchase quite a few things from Sephora Collection during the savings event because they were 30% off, and I already find their prices to be pretty budget friendly. This is another scary color in the pan to a lot of people, but I think it's beautiful. On the skin, it is just stunning. I do have it on right now. To be honest with you, I have a combination of both of these on, which to many people would seem very weird. It would seem like a very odd combination, but that's what makeup artists do. We like to play around with different combinations and just sort of see what works, and this works. I don't have a blush brush. Oh yeah, I do. A blush brush to kind of show you what it looks like. I mean, clearly you can see the blush now, but I'm just gonna add a little bit more of Fascinated, just right at the top. And this is what I did earlier when I was putting my makeup on. I applied Sangria very lightly first, and then went in with Fascinated. So pretty. Okay, now let's talk about lips. Makeup by Mario came out with 2 new shades. Actually, I think he came out with 4 new shades of the Plumping Moisture Serums. Now, I didn't want to go too crazy and order all 4 of the new shades, but I should have, because that would complete my collection. I do believe I own almost all of the shades except for 2 of the new ones. I don't have, wait, there's 3 I don't have. I don't have Petal, I don't have Rosewood, and I don't have Honey. But I did purchase recently Pink Glow and Nude Glow. And what I like to do with these is, yes, I wear them on their own occasionally, but I really like to wear them as a lip gloss. I will put on a lip pencil. Sometimes I will fill my lips in with the lip pencil, or I will apply a matte liquid lipstick or a lip stain and then put one of these on top. Today I have done Pink Glow, and then I put a little Nude Glow right in the center. They do have a little bit of a plumping effect, and they are just super creamy and comfortable. What I like about these as a gloss is that they don't travel outside of my mouth. Some of you may recall in a recent video, I glanced over at the mirror I have here while I was talking to the camera, and I noticed that my Fenty gloss had traveled all the way down my chin. Now, it mostly, unfortunately, happens with the Fenty glosses. And I say unfortunately because I really like those glosses. I own several of them. I think they're so good as far as the colors and the formula, but they run on me. They just run down my chin or end up here, and that is not a good look. So I have sort of just accepted the fact that I really can't use my Fenty glosses, And I've been using my Mario lip plumping serums because they are just as shiny as a gloss. They actually last longer than a gloss. And these two shades are Chef's Kiss. They are so, so good. Okay, up next is a product I am probably going to butcher the name of. This is the Cicapair Derma Green Solution from Dr. Jart. It is the Tiger Grass Color Correcting Treatment. I saw a TikTok about 2 weeks ago from this content creator whose username is Shine Beauty Malibu. She and I are the same age. She and I have led similar lives as far as our careers. She was a makeup artist for more than 25 years, so was I. She worked on, models, and she's worked in the retail sector as well, I'm pretty sure, as have I. And she did a demo of this product on her chest, on her décolleté. Really, I need to brush up on my French. I too have a lot of sun damage in this area. So you know what, maybe I'll insert some footage of her TikTok because watching her TikTok immediately sold me. Because I have a lot of redness in this area. And many times when I'm on camera and this area is showing, I will just go over with foundation. So you don't see how red and discolored this area, my chest is. But this, because of the green tint, it immediately gets rid of the red. It's like magic.
Between your hands and warm it up. And then start rubbing and pressing it into the area that you want to diffuse the redness. By the way, you can use this on your face, you can use this anywhere. I'm choosing to use it on my chest. At first it's going to look really ashy and kind of like white and green, and then it'll start to blend. Voila! The redness is neutralized, it matches my face, I don't have that bright red chest anymore, and I've got my SPF on. I always buy this little mini. I mean, it's a baby one and I've had it for like 6 months. You use the tiniest little amount. Hope this helps.
If you put this on, you're getting not only your color correction, but you're getting that SPF. And of course, you don't have to just use this on your chest. You can use it on your face as well if you have redness, but I'm loving it just for my chest because if I wear makeup on my chest and then I go and take off my shirt, there have been times where I've had makeup on the shirt, and this is just a much better way to go, a much better way to camouflage redness and sun damage in this area. Okay, just a couple more products to go. I've got some hair products, a skincare product, and some fragrance. So back in October, I did some traveling, and when I was out of town, I went to a spa. And if you've been to a spa in a hotel or resort, oftentimes they have a retail area where they sell lotions and skincare and hair care. And they had a whole table of shampoo and conditioner minis from the brand Kevin Murphy. I had been wanting to try Kevin Murphy products for a really, really long time. I had heard such good things about it, but it's very expensive. The shampoo is like $38. Now, yes, I do spend $30 on Olaplex, or I have been spending $30 on Olaplex for the last several years, although I do try to purchase Olaplex during sales or promotion periods. But I guess you could say $30 for a bottle of shampoo or conditioner was, for a long time, my max. However, these little bottles were $8.50 each. Yes, some might consider that a lot for the amount that is in these little bottles. Actually, how much is in here? 1.4 fluid ounces. I decided to give them a try. I picked up the plumping rinse and the plumping wash. I am doing some traveling in December, and so I thought these would be great to take with me to travel. If I liked the product, I would buy the full size and then just refill these up. But I did use these completely up. I think I got about 5 or 6 washes from these bottles. Long story short, I love these. I am fully aware that a lot of hairstylists will tell you that it is good to change up your shampoo and conditioner once in a while. And I have, but I seem to always go back to Olaplex. But after using this duo 5 or 6 times and loving the way my hair looked and loving the way it smelled, and the smell actually lingers. It is so amazing. I went ahead and purchased the full sizes. Yes, I did. So I will update you in another maybe month or so, but as of right now, this is my new favorite shampoo, and conditioner. All right, so I have spoken about Olaplex a lot in my videos. And another product that I feel like I speak about a lot and rave about in a lot of my videos is the Elemis Cleansing Balm, both the original formula and the Naked formula, which is unscented. I love those. I love those so much. However, I did just recently start trying this gentle cleanser from Rephr. Rephr makes amazing makeup brushes. I use a lot of them in my videos. I always have their website linked in the description box of my videos. Well, they sent me their new cleanser. They've come out with skincare. And I know for a fact that the people behind this brand, the guys that started this brand, are so into having the highest quality products. They do so much research when it came to their brushes, the brush styles. They asked for input from influencers and makeup artists. They really wanted feedback on all of their products. So I knew when I got the PR box of their new skincare that it was going to be good. Now, I haven't tried everything yet. I just started with this cleanser. It contains 15% glycerin, 9% surfactant blend, 3% green tea extract, 2% aloe vera extract, and 0.5% hyaluronic acid. I love that it has a pump. It has no scent, and I was just shocked at how well this product removed my makeup in one go. It lathers beautifully, and it just washed off every little bit of my makeup. I went and took a cotton pad of toner and wiped my face afterwards, and nothing came off on the cotton pad, which is incredible to me. I have tried so many makeup removing cleansers that did not remove all of this makeup. And when you're wearing a foundation like Color Stay, something that's definitely more long wearing, not every makeup removing cleanser is going to take off long wearing makeup so easily. And this just impressed me beyond belief. You know what? I should really look up how much this costs, because I was about to say, if you don't want to spend that much on the Elemis because it is sort of pricey, you should try this. But I actually never looked to see how much this costs. It is a non-stripping daily cleanser formulated in Korea based on community input. See, once again, they ask for input from people who know their stuff, whether it be people who know brushes or people who know skincare. I'm looking at the website right now, which of course I will have linked in the description box. And the standard bottle with a reusable stainless steel pump is only $17.50. And then you can get a 100% recyclable refill for just $13. That's pretty amazing. Okay, I'm gonna close out my November 2022 favorites with fragrance. If you are looking for a warm, sort of sexy fall winter scent, I've got two for you. The first one is called Autumn Vibes from Replica. And then my second favorite is this one right here. I actually just purchased the full size of this because I love it so much. This is the Terry Mugler Eau de Parfum Intense Alien Goddess Eau de Parfum Intense. I started with the travel size, and look how beautiful this bottle is. And then I quickly, because I fell in love with it, went and got the full size. And then this was a recent purchase. I had, once again, been influenced by an influencer. And this influencer who influenced me mentioned that she heard about it from someone who had walked into the restaurant she was at or nail salon. I can't remember. She just said that someone smelled so amazing. So she went up to the woman and asked what she was wearing. And it was this Autumn Vibes, and then she got it, and now she's being asked constantly what she's wearing. So without even going to the store to try it on myself, I just decided to get the travel size, and I am not disappointed. Both of these are incredible fall winter scents. And because I am horrible at describing fragrances, I am going to just read you very quickly what the notes are from the website. It is considered a warm floral with key notes of bergamot, jasmine, and vanilla. This floral perfume amplifies magnetic notes of Calabrian bergamot and jasmine with an infusion of bourbon vanilla, to deliver a sensual, long-lasting fragrance, and it does last a very long time, at least on me. This intense eau de parfum features warmer nuances than the original for a blend of woody, amber, and floral perfume notes. And then now for the autumn vibes. This is an earthy and woody fragrance. The key notes are red berries, cardamom, cedarwood, and moss. This crisp, woody perfume balances a note of fresh fir balsam with spicy cardamom alongside the warm scent of cedarwood to recreate a familiar moment of escape and gathering on an autumn day. I think we all know that fragrance is a very personal thing, and dry down to me is the most important. There have been times where I sprayed a fragrance on myself and instantly regretted it because the top notes just didn't work for me. I didn't love the top notes. But then 15 minutes later or 20 minutes later, when I got to those bottom notes, I really loved the way it smelled. And that's sort of how I feel about this autumn vibe. When I first spray it, I feel like it's a little masculine for me, but the dry down is it's so pretty. It really works with my body chemistry. I haven't worn it out enough times to see if I'm going to get any compliments on it, but I like it. And I think that maybe I'll get compliments on it. Who knows? But when I go to Europe next month, I can tell you these are the only 2 fragrances that I will be bringing with me. All right, everyone, that brings us to the end of another monthly beauty favorites video. As always, I really, really hope you enjoyed watching. And if you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and join the Risa Does Makeup family. I do try to post new content at least twice per week. You can also find more content from me over on Instagram and on TikTok. The username is the same everywhere. It's all Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.